Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. As you can tell by today's title, today's video is going to be very similar to the 6 to 9 month must-have video I just recently filmed. After I posted that video, a few of my friends requested that I do a 0 to 6 month must-haves, and so I'm going to give it a go. Unfortunately today I don't have as much time as I did when I recorded my 6 to 9 month must-haves, so I wasn't able to go through Amazon and find the price of each item. However, you can still find everything I'm talking about on Amazon. I did learn through my last video that I can't actually link the products in the description box because I'm not yet sponsored by Amazon. But I will do the same thing as I did for my last video and just list each of the products so that all you guys have to do is copy and paste onto Amazon. The first item I wanted to mention was a Boppy. I used this since the day Aiden was born. The Boppy has came in clutch while I've been home for myself and for all my guests. Aiden was 10 pounds and 4 ounces, guys. 10 pounds, 4 ounces when he was born. So he was not an easy newborn to just hold and carry around, and obviously everyone just wanted to hold him and love him when he was born. So having that Boppy was a lifesaver. Everybody would just place it right under them like I'm showing you in the video and be able to hold him and love him with ease. The Boppy also made breastfeeding those first couple months go by so much easier. It helped me be hands-free. I was able to put him on it and position him the right way, and I could eat or do whatever with my hands without having to consistently just sit there and hold him and nurse. The second item I wanted to mention to you guys is something that I did not get and I regret not getting it, and it was a newborn lounger. The newborn loungers are so awesome because you can prop them up and you can give them bottles on it. You can prop them up and just let them watch TV with you. When they're newborns, they can't do much, you know what I'm saying? So I wish that I would have had that. I used the Boppy consistently, kind of like in place with it, but because it wasn't necessarily made for that, he had no back support. So I constantly had to like stuff blankets underneath where the center hole is, and that's the only way I'd be able to use the Boppy that way. So I definitely regret not getting a newborn lounger. Okay guys, sorry I'm moving around a lot. I was trying to like sit on this chair on my knees and it's just not working out, so I'm gonna have to stand, and so I'm hoping that I can sit still. The next thing on my must-haves list is a pump and a pumping bra. The pump I chose was the Medela InStyle pump. Now these things are very ugly, okay? My second runner-up was gonna be the Spectra, I think S4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was the Spectra S4, and I really liked it because it was so easy to look at. I mean, it's just really cute. It's totally white. I think you can get pink or blue on the rim of it. Super, super cute, not an eyesore at all. One of my best friends actually has the Spectra, and I was at her house and I used the pump and I actually didn't like it. I'm actually super glad that I went with the Medela. The Medela is the InStyle anyways. The InStyle is cordless, so that I was able to pump in the car while I was out. It came with a carrying bag, so I can just put all my pump parts in the bag and carry it around with me as I go. I loved the InStyle. The reason I say you absolutely need a pumping bra is because you can be totally hands-free. As you can see me in the video that I recorded, you can be totally hands-free while you're pumping. I think that pumping in general is it's rough, okay? You feel like you're just a milked cow. You see your nipples do things nipples should never be doing, and so pumping in general is just hard, and being hands-free and being able to distract yourself was definitely a must when it comes to pumping. So runner-up when it comes to pumping is storage bags. I really, really love this. I can never say the brand right. Lansinoh, you guys get it, okay? This is my absolute favorite brand. I feel like the other ones always leaked for me, and these just come in a 6-ounce portion. And a tip for when you're pumping and storing milk in the freezer, make sure you lay it down flat so the milk freezes flat and it conserves space. The next thing on my must-haves list is a swing. So the swing that I have is by Fisher-Price. I actually did research on this swing before I bought it, and it was one of the most recommended. It swings back and forth like this, and it goes forward like this. And my son loved the little, what is those called? Little merry-go-round things on the top. I don't know what they're called, but he loved watching that. It also plays day music, night music. I think the sound is adjustable. What else? I think that's it. The only thing that I did not like about it is it has to be positioned completely spread out for it to sit correctly on the ground. And it was always hard to get it that way. Like I'd have to sit Aiden in it and adjust it consistently. But other than that, I absolutely loved this swing. My next item is another item that I did not have that I wish I would have had. So if you are a breastfeeding mom, I definitely suggest giving co-sleeping a try, because I think that co-sleeping highly, highly, highly encourages for you to continue breastfeeding. When you're exhausted and you're having to do it all by yourself because your husband's nipples are completely useless, it is so much easier to just be able to stay laying down and, you know, pop it into the baby's mouth versus having to fully wake up, hold the baby, nurse the baby, so on and so forth. So I think that co-sleeping definitely is an encouraging thing for breastfeeding moms. And I wish I would have had a DockATot. Oh my god, I think about this all the time of how convenient it would have been. I was constantly trying to make my own like DockATot kind of situation in the bed, and it never worked out. For my next kid, I will definitely be getting one. I feel like it's so much easier and so much safer just to plop that right in the bed, and so you can put it in between you and your spouse, and the baby will be completely safe throughout the night. My next item is probably one of the most important items to me, and that is a rocking chair or glider with a gliding Ottoman. That thing, we lived in that thing for the first 3 months. I pumped in it, I fed in it, I nursed in it, I put him to sleep in it, I ate in it, I chillaxed in it. Then the rocking chair was just all for it for the first 3 months. It still is. I mean, I can't put Aiden to sleep without it. If I do, it's a struggle. But I highly, highly, highly recommend getting a rocking chair or a glider. My next tip, just because I'm thirsty for a must-have for the first few months, is coffee. You can substitute coffee for wine, but must-have is coffee. Drink it up, girl. Don't be afraid. I know they say you don't want to drink too much caffeine when you're breastfeeding, but drink your coffee. A caffeinated mom is a happier mom, and I think that's all that matters. The next item on my list is a play gym. So when it comes to these play gyms, I've seen a lot of play gyms out there that are very simple, like grays and whites and wooden, and made it really nice to fit in your house perfectly, and I'm all about that. If you've seen any of my other videos, I am all about not having eyesores in my house. However, when it comes to these things, you want your baby to be learning and interacting and experiencing different colors and textures and so on and so forth. So I went and got the loudest play gym possible, extremely colorful, red, blues, greens, yellows. In the video that I'm showing you guys, it doesn't have all the little danglies on it. I actually had to pull most of the items that I'm talking to you guys about out of storage and put them back together simply for this video. So I didn't put all the little danglies, but I will insert a clip of Aiden when he was just a little thing playing in his little play gym. I love this when those early stages when they can't do much. It's something for them to swat at and interact with and get their eyesight going. I definitely recommend a play gym for those first few months. My next item is the famous NoseFrida. This thing is amazing and very, very gross, okay? And let me tell you. So what you do is you put this side of the baby's nose and you suck with this end. It is probably the grossest thing, just watching the snot come out. The whole motion of it is disgusting, but I can assure you boogers do not get in your mouth. They do make little filters for these that make sure that nothing comes through the tube. And my next and final recommendation for the first 3 months is diapers. So if you're anything like me, I researched recommended diapers, and it really is by choice. It is really by choice and preference. For me, I recommend the Pampers Swaddlers. And the only reason I recommend them so highly is because I've tried Huggies, I've tried Honest, I've tried, I think it's Hello Bello. I think that's what it is. And I've also tried Parents' Choice, and I still think that Pampers are the softest. I've never had any leaking problems, I've never had any diaper rash problems, but this all depends on your child and your child's skin and your preference. So with diapers, I kind of say give them all a try. You know, mix it up. Get small packs and find the one that matches you perfectly. I preferred Pampers Swaddlers the most. Now for the first 3 months, I had some regrets. My first regret is a changing pad table. Like the changing table pads, the pads that you put on top of the dresser to change them on. I literally never used it, guys. I simply got it for like the looks of the nursery. Other than that, I didn't use it. Now, my regrets may not be your regrets. I know some moms, they use their changing table all the time. But for me, going into his nursery that's on the other side of the house to change his diaper was not ideal. I don't know why I thought that I was gonna be like up and at him and walking all the way across the house to change a diaper. I ended up popping him right on the couch and changing his diaper right there. Excuse me. I did use my little changing pad, which I will show you guys here in a minute. But yes, the changing table pad was just a completely, it was a waste of money. My second regret was a bassinet. So my mom actually purchased the bassinet for us, but my son hated it. And as I said, being a breastfeeding mom, co-sleeping really saved our journey when you're just that sleep deprived. Like, I'm telling you guys, you're gonna experience on your own, but the bassinet was just a no-go for us. I did still want to try that one that like hovers over the bed. I think that one would be cool. However, I still think in the bed is the most convenient way to have him. My third regret is a wipe warmer. So I didn't buy one originally. I had watched other, you know, must-have and regrets videos, and the wipe warmer was a regret on almost everybody's video. However, it got really cold, and seeing your little newborn, you know, squirm and stuff with the super cold wipes, you just want to change that. I mean, I hated that, and so I broke down and I bought a damn wipe warmer, and I used it literally twice, guys. Literally twice. And it ended up actually drying out the wipes. You would have to like turn it off and on consistently. So you'd have to like turn it on and let it warm up for a while before you could actually use the wipes. I don't know, it was a waste of money. Guys, those babies will be fragile and little and sensitive like that for such a little amount of time that, I mean, if you have the money to waste, like, sure, I guess, but if you're trying to be on a budget, that is definitely something that was not a must-have. My fourth regret was a bottle warmer. So you should get a bottle warmer. I'm not saying you shouldn't. You should definitely get a bottle warmer, but for me, okay, I don't want to get any mom shaming for this, okay guys, but I just warmed the bottles in the damn microwave. I know you're not supposed to. When it came to like the bags of milk, I just warmed them with hot water, but yeah, when it comes to just like warming the milk, like even from the fridge, I know that's bad, guys, but even from the fridge, I'd pop it in the microwave for 10 seconds and it would always be perfect and good to go. That is the lazy route, and that could create hot pockets within the milk, and that's why they don't recommend you doing it. But for me, it's always worked out, and I guess it just comes down to your preference and how much you care about the little things. After, you know, warming so many bottles and having to wait literally 4 minutes for, maybe it's just my bottle warmer, maybe there's faster and better ones out there, but that thing costs like $40 and it still took like 4 minutes to warm like a cold milk up. My next and final regret is the stress I had on all the little things. Like, if there was anything that I wish somebody would have told me before I had Aiden, was the world doesn't stop. Life doesn't just come to a halt once you have this baby. The stores down the street don't close down. Your husband or your spouse or whoever doesn't become like unable to do things, okay? So to stress to have every single little thing and every diaper station perfected and everything perfectly clean and so on and so forth, I wish I would not have stressed that hard. I didn't even, like the nursery for example, I didn't even use it for the first 6 months at all. Literally at all. The only thing I used was his dressers, but I ended up like moving a week's worth of clothes into my room anyways, because when we woke up it was just right there and easy to grab. Yeah, I just wish somebody had told me, you know, life does not stop. Yes, don't get me wrong, it's always good to be prepared so that you're not so that all you have to do is focus on your baby when you guys, you know, go home. And it's always good to not have to clean for the first couple weeks, and it's always good, don't get me wrong, to be prepared. And it just feels good in general to, you know, do the little things like unpack the little diapers and, you know, set up the whole little play area and put everything together. It's very fun and therapeutic when you're pregnant, but don't stress on it. keep it fun, keep it relaxing, keep it just entertaining to you. Don't stress out on it because life does not stop. Everything will get done and everything will be okay. Now for my 4 to 6 month must-haves. The next thing on my list is a changing pad. So the changing pad that goes inside your diaper bag. This thing has been used so many times. I started to really take Aiden out around this 4 to 6 month range. I was finally comfortable. I finally felt confident as a mom to go out in public with my baby and so on and so forth. And so this thing was blissful. I loved it. It fits right in my diaper bag so perfectly, comes out easy. It even had this attachment part that goes in the front that you can store just a couple diapers and a small pack of wipes, and you could honestly just bring the changing table with you, or the changing pad with you wherever you went instead of a whole diaper bag. However, the little attach-on piece was useless to me. I specifically got this changing pad because it came with all that, and it was absolutely useless. The next thing is a bouncer. So when Aiden was 0 to 3 months old, I did use the bouncer to set him in and to bounce him in a little bit, but it didn't actually become utilized like consistently until this 4 to 6 month range. He used to do this funniest thing. I'd put him in front of his TV and I would put some Word Party on, and he would get on there and just bounce like crazy. Like, I searched through my whole camera roll trying to find a video for you guys, but I cannot find one, and I don't know how I didn't record that. I mean, maybe there's one on Jose's phone, because that was so funny. I just don't see myself not recording that. But he would just sit there and like, he would go like all the way back and so freaking fast. He loved that thing. I could put him in it and it would entertain him for almost 2 hours, and then he'd end up putting himself to sleep in it. So that thing was a definite must-have for us. The next thing on my list is a high chair. So that 4 to 6 month range, I started introducing solids, and that is when we needed the high chair. Before then, I wouldn't stress on getting one because you literally won't use it. It'll just be a space-taking item in your kitchen that is useless for 4 months if you get it beforehand. If it makes you feel like more prepared, then by all means, but you do not need it until the 4 to 6 month range when they're actually starting to eat solids. The next thing is a pack and play. I love the pack and play. It has become so useful when we travel to my mom's or we're going out of town and so on and so forth. The pack and play has been great. However, I bought a very extra pack and play. As you guys can see, there's those 2 attachments on top. It's a bassinet and a changing table. Literally didn't use it at all. Not at all. Zilch. Never used it. Maybe a couple of times, like when I was forcing myself to use it, or when there was like an extreme poop diaper. I had it set up here in the living room, and so that was kind of more so Jose's station. For me, I handled poop diapers so consistently, but for him it was like a serious, have to be completely focused moment, and so that kind of helped him. But even with him using it, I mean, we used it a total of 5 times. In the bassinet, I literally used it 3 times because I forced myself to use it because I told myself I literally have not used this. The next thing on my list is teethers. So at this time, he did start showing signs of teething. My son didn't like the little frozen things that you put in the fridge, or like the frozen keys. Guys, it happened again. My camera just cut me off. There has to be some kind of like time limit or something that I have on my settings on my camera, because every single sit down video always cuts me off like that. Anyways, I think I was saying the teethers. He did not enjoy the cold teethers. He didn't like holding them. He just wasn't into them at all. What was better for him was putting like cold fruit in those mesh pouches, but any kind of teethers, you'll definitely need them between this time. The next thing on my list was a baby bullet. So the baby bullet, I wanted to be the mom who made all her babies baby food, but I wasn't. But when I didn't have baby food, it was extremely convenient. I could just grind up an apple or grind up some vegetables or whatever I had on hand, and I could feed him that way. If I wouldn't have had it, I would have been rushing to the grocery store several times when I ran out of food. And so I definitely recommend some kind of blender. It doesn't necessarily have to be the baby bullet. The baby bullet is just a regular like blender with the word baby on it. Okay guys, so don't get wrapped up in baby bullet. Just get some kind of blender so you can blend up some fruits and veggies if needed. The next thing on my list is diapers. So I switched from swaddlers to the Pampers Cruisers. I really love the Pampers Cruisers. I just recently tried out the Huggies Little Movers again, and while they do have a very secure little latch like these right here, these little things, they have a very secure one because they have like a double doer. They have like a double securing latch to them. So I think those would be great if you have a baby that's consistently like pulling off their diaper or something like that. But other than that, I still recommend the Pampers. They're still so soft. The little mover or the cruisers are much thinner, and so they're not as bulky. They're very stretchy. I absolutely love them. And they also have like cute little prints on them, like the Honest diapers do. The Honest diapers, I liked them because of the prints. Other than that, I did not like them. They felt rough to me. They always felt bulky. They always seemed to leave like red marks on Aiden. I don't know. The Honest diapers just weren't for us. The other diaper I wanted to recommend was the Pampers Swaddlers again, but the overnight diapers. Now, I've researched this, and apparently the Huggies overnight diapers are the best diapers, but because I've just had such a successful journey with the Pampers, I just stuck with Pampers and got the overnight ones, and we've never had any leaks or problems. So if you're looking for a good diaper, Pampers Swaddlers. My last but not least must have for the 4 to 6 month time is schedules. So this time is an intense time. This is your, sleep regressions, there's crawling, there's solids, there's lots of new things and exciting things happening in this 4 to 6 month stretch, and a schedule will help put your mind at ease and in order. Now, if you're a working mom, this might not necessarily be specifically for you, but if you're a stay-at-home mom, a schedule kept me sane. Schedules having when I need to have his breakfast ready, or when I need to have my breakfast ready, and around what time our naps were going to be, and so on and so forth. That really helped me figure out my days and help me schedule time with friends, because I knew when Aiden was gonna nap and so on and so forth. I've never been very strict about naps. I've always just followed his sleep cues, but they were consistent each and every day, so I was able to make a schedule. If you don't know how to make a schedule or where to even begin, what I did is I researched sample schedules for a 4 to 6 month old, and there's lots and lots of different things for you guys to find a good scheduling that fits your lifestyle. Alright guys, so that is it for my must-haves and regrets video. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and press the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.